Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be discussing about crypto, Bitcoin, what's going on. Is the bull market over? Are we gonna see a crash coming soon? We're gonna be answering all these questions. Of course, before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates about this crazy cryptocurrency in stock market. Guys, let's start the chase straight away. I'm gonna show you Bitcoin a few things. Last Friday we had an interesting event where BTC pretty much had a crazy flush to the downside, almost $500 million of liquidation, which came like in a few hours, where people were just longing all of this potential expected breakout over here. And in our VIP group, guys, we said the opposite. So we said that we were expecting a drop in BTC, and what we did, like everybody else, of course, went along. We did the opposite. We shorted the market with the market makers, and this was the results, guys. We shorter at 71,642, and we made roughly 50%. So you can see all of our results from the VIP group. If you want to join, link in the description below. So we shorted pretty much around this area because we understand the market structure, and this, we made this crazy gain, so we were very, very happy. But now let's get the chase and let's go straight away into the weekly chart, and we can analyze what's going on to understand if we're going to keep going with this bull market. Guys, my idea is still intact because I still believe that we haven't seen the mid-term top for Bitcoin for a few reasons. Because at the moment, lots of people are very bearish, number one. Number two is because the Fed still has not cut interest rates, and then usually what happens is a time when you have to be very, very careful, because whenever the Fed has cut interest rates, they have done it because of a real problem, not because they thought the economy was going well and they just decided to cut it. But the stock market always reacted by going down. So cutting interest rates is actually not good. So now everybody's expecting that, we're going to see a crash right now, the bull market is over, and blah, blah, blah. But I still believe that what I can see from here could be a potential blow off top scenario for a mid-term top. And I'm expecting that once, and if Bitcoin is going to be able to break this previous all-time high over here, we are going to see a potential parabola going into this area over here. So maybe one movement like that, and then the completion of this bull flag around this area, which brings you exactly to roughly $90,000. So in between, I would say $85,000 to $95,000 is going to be my target for a mid-term top for Bitcoin. And it will make sense because everybody's going to scream out of $100,000, and then we're going to see a drop. So something like this, maybe a drop up to here, a big correction going down to this area again at 60,000, and then the final blow off top scenario maybe in between $110,000 to $130,000. Some people are saying it's going to go to $600,000, $2 million. I let the moon boys believe all what they want. But for myself, in between 85 to 90,000, I'm out of the game, and then you can do whatever you want. But let's say, for example, that this scenario doesn't play out and we're going to see a correction now down with Bitcoin. What I would like to see from here would be let's say we're going to see a potential bearish scenario. It could be that Bitcoin, what it could be doing, let's say in this month, it could drop, potentially retouching this line over here at $60,000. So as long as we are above $60,000, guys, we're above this level over here, the macro bull trend is still intact. So above over here, the bull market, the bull trend is still intact, and we can just bounce and continue. But if you're going to break this area over here at $60,000, then I will start to get a little bit concerned, and we might drop actually down even to this area, $45,000 to $46,000. So that definitely could be on the cards, and it's going to be dependent a lot on a very important event coming on Wednesday. It's going to be the CPI reading with the Federal Reserve as well as the FOMC. Jerome Powell is going to decide whether he's going to increase interest rates or not. But what is going to be very important is going to be the message that is going to tell us about their what they want to do with inflation. They're going to lower rates, or are they going to... Because if they're going to give a hint of a potential rate cut, then I could be seeing the market exploding to the upside as a reaction. But if they're going to say, as usual, inflation is too high, we're not going to cut, we're probably going to hike, then I could be seeing maybe a drop of Bitcoin down to here. But at the moment, I'm still very bullish macro-wise, and I want to see, what is going to be happening in the next 1 to 2 months. Let's now go on the daily chart and let's see what's happening right now from here, guys. Still, the situation has not changed at all. We broke from the structure over here. Bitcoin is still forming like this, it's still touching like, the breakout of this resistance over here. And what I could be expecting to say in the next maybe today and tomorrow could be like another little sell-off in anticipation of the CPI maybe going down to this area over here at roughly $66,000. So what I would like to see from here, it will be something like this. I would like to see a potential drop around this area at $66,000. Then if the CPI data comes, let's say, lower than expected, so inflation is on the downtrend, then that could be really help to have a nice push to the upside. That's what I would like to see. But of course, if the CPI then are going to come higher than expectation, then we're going to understand where Bitcoin could actually going down to. And of course, the first level is going to be 66,000, as I said before, maybe 66,500. Then next level is going to be roughly at 63 to 64,000, and the last level, guys, is going to be at 59 to 60,000. So then, as long as we are above these three levels over here, I will be still very, very bullish. But let's say, for example, this happens, then I will start to panic. No, I'm not gonna panic, of course, but I will start to be a little bit worried and reconsider my whole thesis. But for right now, my worst case scenario, I would say that I would like to see a potential rebound from here, or maybe down to $63,000 to $64,000, and then to continue to the upside. So I guess we have to wait and see on Wednesday, and it's going to be impossible to predict the outcome right now. Now let's have a look also at the S&P 500, what's going on with that, because it's a very important leading indicator for Bitcoin. So we can see the S&P 500, guys, still at new highs at $5,346, and as you can see, we are pretty much at a very high point right now. You can see multiple divergences, over here, which is signifying weakness. And what I would like to see from here as well, to have Bitcoin to go to 90,000 or $95,000 could be also a midterm top with the S&P 500. As you guys know, my target for the S&P 500 is roughly at $5,600. So what I could be seeing from here, if I'm right, but it all depends on the CPI. The S&P over here could have formed what we call a bull flag. So you can see that we have one pole over here, flag over here, another push, and we could be continuing over there. Because if it's going to continue and then take this pole over here and bring it roughly around here, brings you exactly at the target of 5,600 by the 19th-20th of June 2024. So of course, nothing is linear. It could be some bumps on the road, but I would be saying that looking at the chart of the S&P 500, that's where I would like him to go. And you can see over here also we are into like into a sort of a channel, and the channel really respects this theory that we could be pushing up to this area over here, which is quite interesting. We can also see, let's go a little bit more like macro wise on the weekly chart, and we can see that pretty much we are into this last parabolic run, and 5,600 definitely could be on the cards. And then of course we're gonna see a correction coming later on, and then a resumption of the upside for the final blow of top. So what I could be seeing from here, and again guys, my target for the S&P 500 is roughly around 6,500 to 7,000. So I could be seeing, let's say from here, a huge push like that up to 5,600, maybe a handle doing this, and then the final blow of top up to 6,500, 7,000. And then it's going to probably be the end of the bull market. But I guess we had to wait and see. Next one I want to have a look, guys, which is very important, the DXY dollar currency index, measure the strength of the US dollar compared to other currencies like the euro, the yen, and all of that. So we had to see what's going on right now. So the DXY, guys, had an interesting pullback which came in during that on Friday, during the data from the Fed about the new jobs number, which came higher than expected. It means the economy is still strong in a very relative manner, but DXY really pumped up and it just went to the upside. And as you can see, it almost broke this level over here. So if it's going to continue, guys, then it's going to put lots of downward pressure on Bitcoin. But looking at the chart from here, guys, what I could be expecting at this point of time could be the DXY to continue to go higher, because as you can see, you broke this level over here to the upside. I could be seeing a potential continuation, maybe up to here. And then if it's going to be able to break here, then of course we're going to be in trouble. But then once we're going to go up to this area over here, then I could be expecting this to happen in anticipation of the FOMC meeting coming on Wednesday, so in a couple of days. And of course, if this is going to break to the upside, we could be seeing a target of 107, 108. But if, let's say, we're going to have a good CPI, then I could be seeing this thing to go down again. It may be reaching this time even in between 102 to 100 dollars. We can even see from, I would say, a higher time frame at the moment. I mean, looks like it's still going up very, very well. And what we want to see right now, as I said before, we want to see there's a resistance over here. We want to see a rejection around this area, because if this is going to break out, then I could be seeing Bitcoin to, of course, go down, as well as the S&P 500. Now, let's also have a look at a very important leading indicator, which can tell us to understand where is the stock market position, what the Fed is going to do, and is the 2 years and the 10 years bond Treasury yield. We can see what happened with the Treasury yield, and as we were saying before, guys, we had a beautiful push to the downside with the 2 years fixed income, which usually whenever this one goes down, then we can see the S&P 500 stocks and also crypto to go to the upside. So at the moment, guys, I'm going to go on the weekly just to see a little bit better. The 2 years Treasury yield is pretty much trying to recover and to continue to go to the upside. And I guess I got a few possible scenarios in this case over here. Now, what I can see from here straight away is the fact that the DXY has been climbing back up to this area over here. And we can understand with the Fibonacci retracement if we are at an important level of resistance. Actually, we are. So at the moment, right, we want to see this 2 years Treasury yield to start to move to the downside. So we want to see from here, guys, to go and then start to go down again from this point over here, and potentially forming what we call a head and shoulder, so like that. And if this is the case, then it could be going down to this area. It's going to be super bullish for crypto and stocks. But on the other hand, if I'm going to see, let's say, for example, tomorrow, even on Wednesday, that this 2 years yield is going to keep climbing higher, it's going to, let's say, form into this channel over here, is going to continue to go to the upside and reach, let's say, a higher level, that could put like a short-term pressure on crypto. We can see even the RSI from here. I mean, we're still, into a crazy bearish divergence over here. There's lots of weakness in the market, and I believe that what is going to happen could be maybe one push to the upside again, and then finally, and then we're gonna see this one to go to the downside. And the next one I want to also have a look is the 10 years Treasury yield as well, which is very important. It can give us lots of information what's going on with the bond market itself. And you can see as well the 10 years give us a little bit more information than the 2 years as well. Let's go have a look. On the weekly chart, the situation is very similar to the 2 years, but you can see it's forming a potential head and shoulder here as well. And if it's going to break this area, we could be seeing the 10 years to go really down, and then the Fed is going to pretty much forced to cut interest rates in this case. And the target I can be seeing here with the 10 years could be as low as 2.9 to 2.8%, which is going to be very bullish for stocks and crypto. So what we want to see is this situation from here. And I also want to have a look at the daily chart as well to see where the 10 years is actually heading to. In my opinion, is pretty much on live support, and if it's not going to be able to climb back up around this area, then I could be seeing this to break to the downside. So really keep an eye on the 10 years Treasury yield, very important leading indicator that leads not only the stock market but also the Fed whether to cut interest rates or not. And why? Because people just take the money away from fixed income, they don't buy Treasury bonds, and they just put the money into risk assets. So if you're going to see this one to start to climb back down again and breaking this level over here, then I'm going to be very bullish for crypto and stocks. So overall, guys, the situation is still quite uncertain because, of course, on Wednesday we're going to have the CPI, but macro trend I'm still bullish. But I'm expecting in the next 4 weeks, even to 8 weeks, a midterm blow off top, which is going to result into euphoria. People are going to get so bullish, and then a proper correction, maybe 40-50% correction. Guys, thank you so much. I really hope you're going to have a great day. And if, of course, you want to join our VIP group, link in the description below. Otherwise, I'm going to wish you a great day, and I'm going to see you tomorrow.